connection to the topics of Donsö Shipping Meet 2022, Clean Ocean with Future in Sight. This heading, Obey Loss Prevention, Proactive Approach to Clean Oceans. We are going to listen to the Swedish Club, which also is a gold sponsor to DSM 22. And the Swedish Club is a pioneer in providing comprehensive all-in-one insurance solutions and in proactive loss prevention. The club's most important mission in a world of increasing complexity in global trade, it is to assist its members and clients in managing current and future risks. The Swedish Club's expertise is reflected not only on the way the club handles and resolves existing claims, but also in how the club monitors industry developments in order to prevent future claims and provide insurance solutions for new risks. The loss prevention team, represented by Lorraine Hager and Peter Stålberg, has a combined total of 40 years of experience in the maritime industry. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will now hear about initiatives and programs that the club offers to its members and how it contributes to the maritime industry and to cleaner seas. Please welcome first Lorraine Hager.
Thank you very much, Pernilla, and good afternoon once again. I hope all of you are having a good time here at Donsö Shipping Meet. I'm Lorraine Hager. I'm the Loss Prevention and Marketing Advisor at the Swedish Club. And we have, as Pernilla mentioned, we have 40 years of experience, but I only can take 10 years from that because I started at the club 10 years ago. Now, loss prevention, let me tell you a story before I start my presentation. A few weeks ago, my daughter, who is 12 years old, came home from school and she started asking me questions and said, "Mom, what do you do with the used oil when after you cook? Are you pouring it in the sink? And how do we, do we recycle?" And she has all these questions. And I said, well, of course, we, take responsibility to, protect our environment, and we do recycle, and we don't pour oil on the sink because it's gonna clog the drains. And then she then asked me, can I put these stickers or place these stickers around the house? And it's in Swedish. It says to pour oil in the sink we should not do that, and because it clogs the drain. And then also one sticker said, "Tillsammans för ett renare hav," together for a cleaner sea. So while I was doing this presentation, it hit me, and I was like, these young people are already taking on this challenge. And how do we, protect our environment, and how do we contribute into cleaner seas? When I was younger, my mom told me that knowledge is power. And I started at the club 10 years ago. We have this vast information, a lot of claims statistics. This year, we are celebrating 150 years. So that is 150 years of experience, 150 years of expertise, 150 years of claim statistics that we have in the club. And I thought, that is power, because that is the knowledge that we have in the club. And then, is there anyone here who knows what the Peter Parker principle is? You will get the prize later at the booth. Anyone? Peter Parker principle? Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility, right? So what is that responsibility that we have at the club? And we take it seriously because we want to, help our members, of course, reduce accidents, incidents, and claims. And that responsibility that we have at the club is to share our knowledge. But that is a complex thing, you can say. How do we do it at the club? These, all of these claim statistics that we analyze in the club, all these years of experience, we we create it and transform it into our loss prevention initiatives. We have TELP, which my colleague later shortly will talk about, which is the Trade Enabling Loss Prevention. That is our flagship program at the Loss Prevention. We have benchmarking. We provide our members with a tool that they can benchmark how they are doing compared to the club's own statistics. And we provide monthly safety scenarios to our members, wherein we have case studies and they can use it to train their seafarers on board. And then we say proactive information. Why? Because we send out member alerts. We also have through TELP information sent out directly to our vessels, to the vessels of our members, and to the shoreside staff. And of course, we have publications and guidance. And during the pandemic, it was difficult for us to reach our members, to be there for our members, and do the training on site. So what we did was we offered webinars, which are very much appreciated by our members. And of course, we also have case studies, which are very important in training the seafarers. So training, we say loss prevention, we say knowledge sharing, very important. That's what we do in the club. We want to share our experience, the knowledge that we have. And what's the best thing to do? Of course, it's training. Going back to my earlier story with my daughter, at that early age, when you train the children at the young age, then they can, have it already a good foundation for them. And we offer our members ERT, Emergency Response Training, which is a tabletop exercise. And we also have online loss prevention training. And during the pandemic, as I said, we want to be more proactive. And that is to deliver all this knowledge and the training that we have directly to our members. And we have also the Maritime Resource Management and the marine insurance course. 2 years ago, we set up this online platform where we put up all our training initiatives, and these are readily accessed by our members. You can do the training anytime, anywhere, whenever you want to do the training. So that is, proactivity in that sense. And we have started with 5 cases. These are all based on the claim statistics that we have in the club. So very relevant to the industry. Of course, I will, to sum it up, Peter will soon speak shortly. To sum it up, our loss prevention initiatives are based on these 3 core values. We have proactive. Why proactive? Because we always think 1 step or 2 steps ahead. We are there for our members before an accident happens. And that is proactivity. We equip our members with the knowledge and skills they need ahead of time. Reliable. This is a very Swedish core value, because in the Swedish Club, we are consistent in the quality of our loss prevention offerings. And of course, we are reliable because we earn the trust of our members. And last but not the least, committed, because we want to continue to develop our loss prevention initiatives, our offerings to our members and business partners. And as I said earlier, remember, knowledge is power. And then going back, let us learn from these young people who are taking on the challenge on, contributing to cleaner seas, to have, this initiative that they have in order to help us, the adults to realize that you and I, it's not the challenge. The challenge is not only for me, it's the challenge is for all of us, to take on. It's not too late, but together, like the previous slide that I have, together for cleaner seas. We cannot do it alone, so we have to work together and collaborate. And I'd like to turn you over to my colleague, Peter Stolberg, who is our Senior Technical Advisor, and we'll talk more about our TELP program. Peter?
Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you very much for a great presentation. It's good to be back here at the Donsö Shipping Meet again after a few years. With knowledge comes responsibility. That is true. The difficulty here is really how to share the knowledge we have. And that is what I will talk about now. I will talk about something which is called TELP, Trade Enabling Loss Prevention. Do we have any ship owners in the audience here? If so, you should be a little bit aware that I will show some disturbing footage now. The Swedish Club registers about 4,600 claims every year. Each and every claim is tagged with loss codes, so we know exactly what happened, why it happened, what part was damaged, and not the least, the position and the time for the accident. That's all stored in our IT systems. All this information is extremely useful in our loss prevention work, in particular when to select on which areas to focus on. These are areas usually which have a high frequency and cost. Traditionally, we use this information to produce first-class loss prevention material. Most of this material is available in the public domain and can be downloaded on our website. Unfortunately, information is only good if it's current and available at the right time. As ship sails around the globe, we cannot expect our members constantly monitor our homepage and other sources for information relevant just for that particular voyage. The information landscape is indeed overflowing these days, and as a consequence, important loss prevention information will be wasted. With this in mind, we designed a trade enabling loss prevention program. The idea is to deliver relevant loss prevention information at the right time and the right place only. I will show you a short video, maybe to explain this a little bit better.
Restaurant, shop, or local attraction. If you carry a smartphone, you will often receive useful recommendations, suggestions, and advice when visiting a new area. Translate that idea across to your ship when it's heading for port. Our loss prevention team is launching the Trade Enabling Loss Prevention Program, TELP. This is a free service for our club members aimed at increasing safety awareness in specific areas and ports worldwide, and thereby reducing claims. The Swedish Club now has the capacity to track every one of its members' vessels, match this with its own statistics and records, and provide members and their vessels with timely, tailored advice when they are approaching areas of particular risk. Built on the club's years of claims experience, expertise, and its high-quality database, we have identified several high-risk claims locations around the globe. These locations are called hotspots. Based on AIS transmissions, we identify vessels bound for a hotspot and provide them with loss prevention advice. A few days prior to arrival, a message with loss prevention advice relevant for that hotspot is sent to the vessel via your shore organization. When applicable, up-to-date information is included in the advice from our local correspondent. For example, disruptions in the port's cargo handling or specific navigational warnings. We believe that by providing this proactive approach and advice, we can help our members to trade more safely.
I hope that caught your attention a little bit, and it also explained what TELP is all about. As per today, the TELP system includes 4 different advices. First, we have the claim advice. This advice is based on our own claim experience. We have identified several hotspots around the globe where a vessel has higher than usual risk to have a claim. Typically, this can be difficult to navigate areas where groundings or collisions frequently occur. It can also be ports where a cargo claim is likely to occur. Claims alerts are updated on a regular basis to keep abreast with the latest claim trends. Secondly, we have the correspondent advice. The Swedish Club has a huge network of correspondents around the world. They are on location and provide accurate, up-to-date information about port conditions and other circumstances. Correspondent advice are often short-lived and as such updated very frequently. Unfortunately, in certain areas, piracy is a real threat even today. The Swedish Club is constantly relying on updated information about piracy activities to increase the vessel awareness for piracy attacks. In the TELP system, piracy alerts are updated every week. Finally, the latest addition to the TELP advice family is the bunker alert. In cooperation with the VPS, Veritas Petroleum Service, which is the largest provider of fuel testing services, the club is distributing bunker alerts via the TELP system. Ports with ongoing bunker issues are identified, thus raising the awareness for vessels bunkering there, not the least to ensure correct bunkering procedures are followed, which will facilitate any upcoming bunker disputes. So in summary, this picture shows a recent snapshot of the Swedish Club insured fleet today. We have 6,200 vessels sailing on all 7 oceans, some vessels heading for ports where they had never been before. Receiving a TELP advice just before arrival with updated information about pitfalls and local hazards will increase the awareness and decrease the risk for unnecessary claims. Our figures indicate that claims rates have decreased with 13% at hotspots identified in TELP. It is fair to say that TELP is adding value to our members and reducing the risk for them to having claims. Finally, in marine accidents, there is often risk for pollution from bunker or the cargo itself. So no doubt, reducing accidents will eventually support the Clean Ocean initiative, which is sort of the key word for the DSM exhibition this year. Trade Enabling Loss Prevention is a free service for members of the Swedish Club, and you are most welcome to join that club. Thank you for your attention. Back to you, Pernilla.
Thank you, Peter. A question. What are the major challenges in your loss prevention work at Swedish Club?
The major challenges is really about TELP. We have a lot of information. We see, because we handle so many claims in the insurance business, we can identify certain areas where there is a high risk of claims. That could be fires, groundings, collisions, cargo claims, etc., etc. So we are sitting on that information. The challenge is to distribute that information all the way into the ISM system of the particular ships which we are insuring. That is really the problem, I would say. And I think TELP is a great initiative because we are not spamming anyone. It's only relevant information which is relevant for that type of ship, that type of insurance, and the location where the ship is going. So it's really interesting for the personnel on board the ship, what we send out to them.
So what is the future of loss prevention? How does it look?
The future is that we will continue to analyze our claim statistics with even more sophisticated tools.
Yes.
And we will work hard with our members to make sure that we provide them all the information they need and make sure that it ends up on the bridge or in the engine room of our insured vessels. Because it's really there where it makes a difference for us and for our members, I would say.
And for everyone.
Yeah, for everyone.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Peter Ståhlberg and Lorraine Hager, for this input from the Swedish Club.
Thank you.